and save it for the next guest. Get pink eye.
Stink eye too.
Stink eye for the pink guy.
It's not anything.
I know, sorry.
But yeah, wait. So we're talking.
Did you
about,
ever watch Queer Eye for the Straight Guy?
I hate
no.
that stupid fucking
No, but
show.
what is? All I imagine is just a bunch of guys going in, going hello, and
They're
like,
all
no,
like, "You are wearing a terrible outfit."
Yeah.
Oh my god.
"Let me match you up." That
There was a time where I just stopped watching MTV. Like, I used to watch MTV. There was like this one show where these like celebrities would come in and like redo this guy's and like say like,
Oh, yeah,
we're gonna
yeah,
give you the best day of your life, and they do a bunch of shit. I don't remember what that was called, but that was a show I used to watch really early. That was around the time when like Real World came out.
oh yeah, that's
Real
shit.
World came out, so it was like the start of that. Then you tune in now, it's like I don't watch like these fucking Jersey Shore and all these terrible shows and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were just remember Made, MTV Made.
No.
There was this show called Made, and like it would just be this fat loser in school, and he'd be like,
I want to be a wrestler.
and then this guy like Hulk Hogan comes in, and
That's
he's like,
what
I'm gonna teach you how to be a
That's what
wrestler.
I'm talking about. These celebrities would come and like do something for him.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I want to meet like Christian Bale, and Christian Bale would come in. And be
Yeah, except
like,
no, but the kid would be like,
I want to be Batman.
and then like Christian Bale would come over and be like, this is how you be Batman.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
The poor kid will never ever.
You know exactly.
Ever.
It's a joke. It's to make fun of like fucking Tubby Tommy and show.
Yeah,
make him
that's
like
what
an
it's for.
asshole.
It's for to laugh at them because it shows them on the treadmill, and then the personal trainer's like, "Run, Tubby!" And the guy's like, "I can't do it anymore." And they show it, and they try to make drama and stuff, and
They would try to
it's-
make genre.
It literally is just to laugh at him.
You know what really pissed me off once?
What?
One time my sister was watching Super Sweet 16. And that'll make you really pissed off anyways because of how fucking retarded these people are. But there was a part in the show where it was like the girl was having her Super Sweet 16, right?
Yeah.
And then it showed this bunch of nerds outside and they're trying to get in. And you're like, you fucking nerds, what are you trying to get in there for? But then when the nerd tries getting in, he runs and a bouncer pushes him away. But then what really pissed me off was instead of playing like a wah, 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 it got a sound effect from The Sims of when the Sims pissed their pants. And it plays this like musical like right, but except they left in the pissing sound effect.
What?
They just left it in like you could hear like water splashing
Chris,
on the floor.
I can hear your autism in my ears.
No, like
You're fucking severe.
why
odds.
wouldn't they at least cut out the end? They,
How did you know that it was a piss sim sound?
because I played The Sims constantly when
Let
I
me
was
tell
younger.
you something. When you were The Sims, like, because when I played The Sims, did you ever do that like fisheye code, that fisheye cheat, where you could like see through
Yeah.
the Sims' eyes?
Oh, that must have been on the PS2 version, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
Yeah.
I was always trying to like see through the.
I had
blurry
The
scenes.
Sims, The Sims Living It Up, The Sims House Party, The Sims.
Nightlife.
I didn't have that one.
Oh.
We should talk about something that's not The Sims now. Hey Corey, remember that time you told us about the Power Rangers kid?
The Power Rangers kid.
Yeah. Can you talk about that to end this podcast?
Yeah, because I guess people ask about that. I don't know if I left on a high note, kept the cliffhanger rolling, jumped the shark at that moment.
I like this story.
Basically, we knew this kid next door who always wanted to like hang out with us, and we were like too cool for school. We were playing DBZ and like laughing it up, and he would be like, "Hey, I like the Power Rangers." We were like, "Yeah, I grew out of that, idiot." So we were jumping on a trampoline, shooting our Kamehamehas, being cool, and he'd come over in his fucking like Power Rangers tidy whities all the time, and he would like try and jump on us and be like, "I'm the Red Ranger," and we would fucking like kick him in the forehead and knock his stupid ass into the dog den. The dog would come all over him. But anyways.
Why even say that? Go on, Corey. Go on. Finish your story. You okay, Corey?
I'm just remembering us doing just fucking kicking his stupid ass off the fucking trampoline into the dog hole.
What?
Well, we went over there once, and we went over there once, me and my friend Dylan, and he was like doing like he pulled his shirt over his head and he fucking pulled his pants down and he did a Power Rangers dance completely naked with his like fucking 8-year-old dick hanging out. And you know, like, and then we were like, gross, you're gay. And then we ran home and we had popsicles. But Dylan took the last fucking popsicle I wanted, so I was stuck with. That's what I remember. I forgot about the dick part, and I was so mad that fucking Dylan took the fucking strawberry popsicle, and I had to be stuck with shitty grape. And that motherfucker, completely forgot about it. I remember like he was doing like some like YMCA dance with his fucking shirt over his head and his dick hanging out.
That's the
But I
gayest
more
thing you
remember the
possibly
popsicle
do.
thing
You remember more about the popsicles than you do about the baby dick.
because that was the last time I had cherry popsicles in a while.
I hate cherry.
Well, this has been Sleepycast. Chris, Niall, Corey, say bye.
What kind of ending is that?
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
Well, this was no.
Well, this is the end of Sleepy Cow. So let's Sleepy Cow. Tune in next time for the Q and I'm Corey Spaskin.
I'm Christopher O'Neill.
And I'm Niall.
A dick face.
And that's it.
Rodeo brand paper towels for messes as big as Texas.
Thinking Sideways.
I don't understand.
Does not compute.
You never know.
Insufficient data to formulate a reply.
What?
Stories of things we simply don't know the answer to.
Hey everyone, this is Thinking Sideways, the podcast. I'm Devin, joined as always by
Joe.
And Steve.
Steve.
And Steve. It's my new name.
Hey
Steve.
guys, happy birthday!
Huh?
But
It's our birthday today. We're a year old today.
not quite.
Yeah. It's been 52. Isn't this our 52nd episode in 52
Yeah.
weeks?
52 weeks.
Yeah. But our
So-
anniversary's not till the 53rd.
Oh, why?
Yeah. Well, think of it this way. Your birthday is on a certain day, right?
Uh-huh.
And there's 365 days in the year. So on day 365, it's the day before your birthday, if your birthday is day 1.
It makes sense.
All right, fine. I'm just gonna trust you guys. So fine. Never mind. Happy birthday next week.
Yeah, totally. And thank you for the wishes, by the way.
You're welcome.
Where's my present?
It's about to be delivered in the form of this episode.
Okay.
And this is a juicy, enticing episode.
It's an okay one. Yeah. It's actually a listener suggestion from way back. Probably one of our first listener suggestions.
Yeah, it's an old one.
Yeah, we got it via Reddit, actually, from a user named O and 8.
Mm-hmm.
Donate.
O and 8.
Yeah. O ampersand 8.
No, it's
O
O
and D.
and 8. O and 8. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks.
Sorry it took me so long to get to this.
Well, actually,
one.
let's be honest. I remember we all said Joe would probably do this story, so it's really
Yeah.
Joe's fault that we haven't done the story yet.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry, I've been a slacker. Now this one was a little too overwhelming and confusing. It's one of these ones where how to put it? It got its start, and pretty soon like everything but the kitchen sink was in there.
Yeah, that's why I have this handy dandy bullet point list of all the things that I think are hilarious attached to them.
So what are we talking about?
We're going to talk about the Montauk Project.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, its sister project, the Philadelphia
Well,
experiment.
we're going to go ahead and gloss over the Philadelphia experiment
Yeah.
today.
But it's
Know that it's
tangentially
connected.
Involved, yes.
Apparently, it's connected.
Well,
Ugh,
Through the space-time continuum, it's connected.
It's connected in that it exists in the same universe,
Uh-huh.
probably. But
well,
I
it could also be
figured
connected to the Istol woman and to
you know what?
Jefferson Davis 8.
this could explain. This is why it's your birthday gift, Steve, is because it could actually explain
Everything?
all of the 52 mysteries we have thus far tackled.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I just figured we would gloss over the Philadelphia Project, save it for a rainy day,
All right.
because it's too big for little old me to handle.
It is,
is a lot,
kind of
yeah.
a big, tangled mess.
Yeah. Right?
Montauk?
Montauk? Sounds
Yeah.
right to me.
Is this series of secret U.S. government projects that were conducted at, I think, as far as I can tell, it's the same place. It's Camp Hero, which was
Yeah.
renamed the Montauk Air Force Station, right?
Yeah.
Camp
Well,
Hero became...
No, the other way around. I think that there was a Montauk Air Force Station, and then they donated the land to the county or something,
I thought...
to Nassau County, and then they turned it into a park.
Right, but Camp Hero was during the World Wars. It was an army base.
Yeah, it was.
And then it became an Air Force base. Then they donated it to be a state park.
Right.
Okay, I'll buy that.
It's in Montauk, Long Island. Apparently, it existed for the purpose of developing psychological warfare techniques and exotic research into time travel.
Yeah.
Or
don't forget mind control and mind reading.
Yeah, well, I feel like that's psychological warfare, kind of, right? Or alternately, there was a Stargate there, and Nikola Tesla and some aliens probably made it.
Entirely possible.
I'm laughing at that, but we'll talk about it in a minute.
Yes.
Tesla does have a role in this.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to tell you guys a little story.
Okay.
Hop in the not so Wayback Machine. We're not going to hop in the Wayback Machine.
Nah.
We just took it out last week. We gotta.
Yeah, it's in the shop.
Can't overdo that.
So in 1945, American troops liberated France. Right, that's true.
Mhm.
We know that. That's not really a conspiracy. Apparently, at the same time, some troops discovered a train full of Nazi gold that was stopped in a tunnel. They notified the proper authorities, who arrived on the scene, took the gold, and then killed all the soldiers because dead men tell no tales.
And I couldn't. So were these the soldiers that discovered it that were U.S. soldiers or soldiers that were already on the train? Because
No,
I thought I
the
heard it was
ones-
Nazi soldiers that they killed.
Oh, I understood it that
I
it
thought
was.
they were Allied soldiers that they
Yeah.
I that's why I'm asking, because I remember thinking I read that it was they killed all the Nazi soldiers.
Well, I think they probably just killed everyone.
Well, yeah.
I mean, if there were Nazi soldiers, certainly they killed them. But I'm given to understand they also killed the Allied soldiers.
This is a release of Call of Duty, basically, is what you're telling me right here.
Yeah.
One man survives.
You got to kill everybody and then teabag them.
Oh, so yeah. So the moral of the story is, if you found a trainload of gold, you just like hide it and don't tell anybody. You know.
You national secret. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
what's that?
National treasure.
Yeah, you national treasure it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm on it.
Okay.
Okay. Also, at the same time, during the crumbling Reich, right? That's how you say that word.
Oh yeah.
The
Right.
Third Reich?
The Third Reich.
Reich.
Mhm.
I just, you know what? Sometimes I can't say words. It's fine. We know this. Americans were helping German scientists flee the country, which we also recognize as probably being true or absolutely being true.
And I don't know how many we got out before the war's end, but we certainly grabbed a bunch of them after the war was over too.
Can I interrupt something?
Fine.
All right, because we're talking about this
Operation
starts-
Paperclip.
Paperclip, and
Yep.
we're talking about the Germans a little bit here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing that some of the weird German experiments are why we took these guys.
Yeah.
So did you guys see the article that's come out recently about Hitler and Himmler and the awesome stuff that they wanted to do, making their own Jurassic Park?
No, what?
I didn't hear about that one.
Yeah, it's so funny, and evidently this is quote unquote true papers that have been discovered. Is that to help show that the German lineage had been there, was always the strong people, what they were going to do is they were going to backwards engineer some it's a bull or some kind of cow that was 7 feet tall that was from the Jurassic period, and release it into the wilds of Poland so that these strong men of the Reich could hunt them. Because that's right up there with the crazy stuff that we're going to talk about that these guys were in.
I guess I feel like if I had a lot of money and was planning on taking over the world, I would probably build a Jurassic Park.
I think they ought to build a real Jurassic Park.
I think they probably
that'd be pretty
should.
cool.
We saw how well that worked in film number 1 through 4.
Well,
But,
obviously we wouldn't be
that's obviously
dummies.
The movies aren't realistic.
Anyways, back to our story.
Oh, sorry.
yeah.
Sorry. Operation Paperclip.
So
Yeah.
it's Operation Paperclip.
And lots of these scientists were brought back to America and teamed up with scientists who'd worked on the Philadelphia experiment, given the Nazi gold that we were just talking about,
Why were they given the Nazi gold?
and a research facility that was built underground, and that became the Montauk Project.
Yeah, built in a 12-story underground complex.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
what
we'll
they-
talk about
I-
what they built under there in a minute.
Yeah, I know.
Because it turns out, apparently, the government, though they have given all of the land to the Forest Service, they still own the land below the radar unit that sits on top of the Montauk Project.
Yeah.
Apparently.
That's true, but I think what that meant really is that they kept the mineral rights just in case, gold was discovered or something like that. And I'm not talking Nazi gold. But,
Gold were discovered.
yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. But why did they give them the Nazi gold?
Oh, to pay them and to fund their research?
But why didn't they just get some money from the treasury?
Well, because it was this Nazi gold.
It
I mean,
was
you have
free
to.
gold.
Nazis like Nazi gold?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think you have to launder it somehow. You can't just go to the bank and say, "Hey, here's all this Nazi gold. We're gonna keep it."
Just melt it down.
I mean, I guess you probably could. You are the U.S. government.
It's a little easier just to melt it down.
That's probably
a
true.
little easier when
I
the
don't know.
government-
It's a good question. I don't have a good answer.
Okay.
Sorry. I can keep making things up if you want.
Nah.
That's fine.
No?
Nah, it's
We'll
cool.
move on? Okay.
Yeah, okay.
The base is all the way at the end of this island.
Yeah, the east end of Long Island.
Yeah. For people who live on Long Island, you follow Route 27. I don't know what that means.
It's a point. It's kind of a spit of land.
It's kind of If you look at Google Maps, like the highway goes out on the south side of the island, and then Montauk Point is like there's this little blob at the very, very end. So it's wide, then it narrows down to this very narrow, skinny little passageway, and it widens out again, and that's where Camp Hero and all that other stuff is.
Yeah, so in World War II, it was called Camp Hero, and it was used for coastal defense, had like really big guns.
Well, it's got the big radar station on it. Is
Well,
what
now.
It was. Oh, did they have guns on it?
They had large
okay.
guns and bunkers, and then the Army gave the base to the Air Force, and it became known as the Montauk Air Force Station, and they built this big radar. If you Google Montauk Project, and actually we'll put up some pictures on the website too, that huge radar thing is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Apparently it was used as an actual radar station.
Briefly until it became
in
obsolete.
the Cold War.
And what kind of, do you remember what kind of radar it is? It starts with an S.
I thought it was an AH-356 or something like that. I really can't remember.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a technology that, as soon as they built it, was out of date and was no longer worth anything.
Yeah, it was like I got the chance to go on board an old 50s era submarine that was called the Sailfish, and it was built as a radar picket boat because radars weren't small enough to put on planes that could land on aircraft carriers, but the aircraft carriers needed radar coverage, so they built a series of submarines that had these enormous sails and these retractable radar dishes and everything, so they could like be a distance out with their radars on, monitoring for incoming enemy planes and everything. And then before I don't think they even did much time in service, and then they became obsolete. And so what do we do with this thing? Well, I guess we'll just turn it into a regular submarine with a really huge, huge sail on it. So that's what they did.
For fun.
Yeah, and that's what they did.
Because we can.
No sense throwing it away.
Yeah, according to the legend, I guess, the base lost its funding in the 1960s because the radar technology became obsolete.
Yeah.
But apparently it was open until 1983.
Because they were doing experiments.
I guess. And as Joe previously stated, it's a New York State park now.
Yeah.
But the radar equipment is still intact and standing.
You can actually see it on Google Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of cool, yeah.
Well, and people use it rather than the lighthouse that's on Montauk Point. They use the radar as kind of a daytime reference point because it's easier to see than a lighthouse.
Yeah.
It's big.
So
it's really big. And, as I said before, the story is that they actually built bunkers below it, like built down, and that the government retains the rights to that, whether it's actually not improved down there and it's minerals or what have you. Apparently, the U.S. government still owns whatever's below. So apparently, if in fact there is something below there, it's the base itself, and the radar was actually a cover-up for what was below. Apparently, there were as many as 12 stories deep. I don't know, what do you call it when it's not
levels?
Levels deep.
12 levels, I guess. Yeah.
Some people say that it's like really, really documented that there's a subterranean city beneath the base that's still being used today by secret branches of the military. People say that the radar equipment was built as a cover-up, that the military could conduct experiments in time travel and mind control, and that the electronics equipment was a cover for that. People also say that there's a 50-foot tall pure titanium pyramid under there, so I guess we'll take what people say with a little bit of a grain of salt.
You think so?
Why a titanium pyramid?
I don't know. I was thinking like it would make more sense to say it was gold, and then that's what they used the Nazi gold for, but...
Trainload of Nazi gold to make a pretty big pyramid.
Yeah. But I don't know why pure titanium, because it conducts space-time antimatter better. I don't know.
Radio frequency waves, as somebody said.
Yeah.
I gotta say, if you're gonna build a 12-level underground complex, that seems like a really inappropriate place to do it.
Yeah, it's pretty close to the water.
Where's the water table is pretty close to the surface there. Yeah. It just seems like there's a lot easier places to build.
I agree.
I mean, it's conceivable, but you'd think they'd go like hollow out a mountain or something like that, or maybe pick a dormant volcano and build their lair in there.
Maybe they needed the seawater.
I want to point something out too, and
Sure.
I'm ashamed of all the people out there that have gone over this story so many times for not noticing this obvious thing. But only